10 of the biggest ships in the world. We feel a sense of sadness whenever we read about the largest ships in the world but fail to see the Titanic. But as it turns out, the once largest ship afloat now appears to be a tugboat in comparison to some of these ships. Welcome to Best Wonders, where today we'll be showing you 10 of the biggest ships in the world. But before we continue, be sure to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you get more videos like this. Now, let's move on to the video. Number 10. Oasis Class Cruisers. You would believe that in order to see Broadway performances and eat at some of the greatest restaurants, you must stay in a well-known city. But in reality, all you need to do is reserve a spot on a Royal Caribbean Oasis Class cruise. These cruise ships are quite a little more luxurious than regular cruise ships. They are regarded as the world's biggest cruise ships and can accommodate up to 6,000 guests in each voyage. They are around 1,181 feet long, 236 feet tall, and move at a speed of about 26 miles per hour. But what do you do with all of the people if the international cruise ship has 600 passengers on board? Leave it to Royal Caribbean to plan your family's ideal holiday. If your ship is large, you might have a long list of activities. Families, couples, and single people may have some thrilling production performances while dining in specialty restaurants and sleeping in one of the ship's 7 neighborhoods. You most definitely don't have to rough it on board one of the biggest cruise ships in the world. The youngsters can even go ziplining on an open deck or flex their moves in a dance club. Number 9. Pioneering Spirit. Setting up platforms for oil and gas in the middle of the ocean won't be the easiest task. Even just trying to operate the pumps when you fill up your automobile with petrol might be challenging. Much more laying the pipes for the ocean-bound fuel. However, there is no need to worry about it being difficult any longer because the Pioneering Spirit is making it a lot simpler. One of the largest ships ever built, the Pioneering Spirit is 1,253 feet long and 407 feet wide. However, as amazing as its size is, so too are the important tasks it must complete. The vessel was designed to be used for pipe laying and single lift installation or decommissioning. This implies that it can assist with pipeline installation while also being able to remove and erect substantial oil and gas platforms. Unlike the majority of other ships, the double hull ship is capable of lifting 48,000 tons at a time. The business that made it sent it on its first voyage to the southern North Sea for offshore tests before conducting out removal operations. The 932,000-ton displacement cap and enormous size of Delta Marine are both fully permitted to be boasted about. They have produced a masterpiece of the maritime environment. Number 8. MSC Oscar. Ever questioned how those bulky products you order online from abroad arrive where they are? The only way to bring something to you if it won't fit in an aircraft is by ship. And that ship very well may be the MSC Oscar. The largest container ship in the world, this gorgeous, enormous ship can accommodate 19,224 20-foot containers at once. It broke the previous record of 19,000 held by CSC Globe. The ship was put to work after sea trials in January 2015, and it has earned many gold stars on its chart. It was the first of 6 ships with the same capacity to be delivered to MSC or the Mediterranean Shipping Company, and it is one of the 18 ships owned by the company overall, though none were as large as the MSC Oscar at the time. The ship now travels between Asia and Europe on the east to west trade route, and it completed its maiden voyage 2 months after setting out in 2015. The company's ability to operate with fewer ships while transporting the same or more cargo has allowed it to lower its CO2 emissions thanks to the addition of larger ships to its fleet. Number 7. OOCL Hong Kong. Shipbuilders are constantly competing with one another. They aspire to construct structures that are the biggest, the longest, the heaviest, the greenest, and so on. However, the vessel known as OOCL Hong Kong, owned by the Hong Kong-based Orient Overseas Container Line, claimed the title. By carrying capacity, it is the biggest container ship. After being delivered to the firm in time for Christmas in 2016, the ship was sent on a 77-day round trip on the Asia-Europe trade lines in 2017. It was put into service immediately and has trips planned to more places than most people will visit in a lifetime. What a lucky ship! But what it's carrying on those journeys makes this ship even more impressive. Its enormous size of 1,312 feet means it can carry 21,000 20-foot shipping containers. Carrying that much weight requires a lot of fuel, but it also has plenty of capacity here. In addition to all those containers, it can comfortably carry around 3.2 million imperial gallons of fuel. That's enough to fill a little over 204,000 cars. Number 6. Seawise Giant. The Yara Viking was formerly known as the Seawise Giant, and it deserves to be referred to by one of its first names because this ship is and was truly unique. At 1,500 feet in length, it required a lot of large parts to operate. Its rudder alone weighed 230 tons, which is equivalent to about 164 cars. Additionally, it was just under 230 feet wide and could carry more than 560,000 deadweight tons of cargo. The Seawise Behemoth won the prize for having a larger, fully laden displacement. This ship is enormous. To put it in perspective, it is almost twice as long as the Titanic. Although it was a write-off, it was renovated and put back into service for more than 2 decades before being sold for scrap in India in 2009. During its 30-year lifespan, it underwent 6 name changes, changed ownership equally as many times, and survived being sunk by a missile thanks to Saddam Hussein. Number 5. Qmax Ships. The Qmax ships are 1,132 feet long, 114 feet high, and can travel at speeds of 19 miles per hour. If that isn't impressive enough, they are also capable of carrying 9,400,000 cubic feet of natural gas, making them not only pretty unique, but because they have the crucial job of carrying liquefied natural gas. The name Qmax was chosen for a purpose. Even though it makes a very amazing ship name, you can get a general idea of how big these vessels are by looking at the letters Q and Max, which stand for Qatar and Max respectively. Unlike conventional commercial vessels, these contain specialized membranes that keep the cargo and the inside vessel insulation apart. Without these membranes, you would be in command of one of the world's most deadly ships. The first ship of this kind, which wasn't just one of the biggest, was launched for the first time in 2007 and given a name during a ceremony on Goji Island in South Korea. There are currently 14 identical sister ships in service. Number 4. CSC Globe. There was an international appeal for maritime companies to reduce pollution. Even though it can be challenging to construct an environmentally friendly ship, it is possible to construct larger ships so that there are less of them on the ocean. China Shipping Container Lines, a Shanghai-based company, may have been doing precisely that. When they ordered $700 million worth of cargo ships from Hyundai Heavy Industries in Ulsan, South Korea. In 2013, 5 ships that could transport 19,000 20-foot shipping containers were ordered. The business has ordered 4 additional ships, first with a capacity of 18,400 containers, but later expanded to incorporate 600 more. The first ship to leave the assembly line at the time, the CSC Globe, would grow to be the biggest container ship ever built. It would surpass the 18,000 container capacity EE Class container ship owned by Maersk Line. However, the MSC Oscar, which could carry 19,224 20-foot containers, won the prize in 2015. It was good to receive the recognition while it lasted. But bad luck, CSC Globe. Number 3. Club Med 2. You might be perplexed when looking at Club Med 2 as to how it is one of the largest yachts in the world. So why doesn't the Titanic make the cut if this ship does? We won't apologize for the fact that this yacht is in a league of its own. Even though Club Med 2 is one of the largest sailing cruise ships in the world and doesn't have the capacity to transport hundreds of shipping containers, it is still quite large in comparison to other sailing vessels. It has 5 masts that are operated by computers and can accommodate a crew of 214 people and 386 passengers. This ship has some really incredible technology. It combines diesel-electric power with the power of 7 sails controlled by a computer. It can go up to 17 miles per hour and is powered by 4 diesel generators to run 2 electric motors. The vessel is owned and operated by Club Med and is a cruise ship that travels the Mediterranean and Adriatic seas before wintering in the Caribbean. Number 2. Planet Solar. Solar technology has advanced quickly, and you can now purchase a huge variety of solar-powered goods. Yet few of them were ships before 2010. That is, until Planet Solar, the biggest solar ship ever constructed, was completed. The largest solar-powered ship in the world is the MS Touranor Planet Solar. It was 101 feet long, weighed 85 tons, and initially featured photovoltaic panels covering the whole top of the ship, giving it the appearance of a small spaceship. The ship was created and constructed for a significant task. It would go around the globe on solar energy, making it the first multi-hull ship to accomplish it. In just 160 days after setting out on its adventure in 2010, it had traveled 31,000 miles. It traveled through the Pacific, Indian, and Suez canals before arriving in the Mediterranean. It also traveled through the Atlantic Ocean and the Panama Canal. The ship has an 18.8% efficiency and can generate 93.5 kilowatts of power. And our number 1, Batillas Class supertanker. Shell did not quite time the construction of the largest ships in terms of gross tonnage well. Nevertheless, it doesn't lessen how amazing the Batillas Class supertankers actually were. Before the global oil market collapsed between 1977 and 1980, the first one was constructed for Shell Oil in 1976. The ship only made 4 round voyages before it was reduced to 1 or 2 in 1982 when things didn't catch up. In 1985, it was destroyed for less than $8 million in Kaohsiung, Taiwan. Not exactly the finest commercial decision at the time. However, all supertankers in the Batillas class are worthy of note. Their lengths were 1,358 feet and their gross tonnage ranged from 275,000 to 550,000 tons. To put it in perspective, consider the fact that it is longer than many of the tallest skyscrapers, both then and now. Even if the main Shell ship was dismantled, this cannot take away the amazing engineering achievement. These supertankers were in a class of their own before pioneering spirit came along. Any ships we should have added to the list? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell for more of the world's best wonders.